There's a voice in your head that keeps pulling you back. And the problem isn't that it's there. Everyone has it. The problem is you believe it. It doesn't sound negative. It doesn't sound like sabotage. It sounds reasonable. Just 5 more minutes. You've had a long day. You can probably start tomorrow. And because it sounds like you don't question it. But that voice, that's the moment you lose. Not when you hit snooze, before that. In the last video, I showed you the loop. The vision, the test, the pullback, the decision. This is the pullback. But I want you to see it differently because you don't just go back. There's a conversation that happens first. Let's slow it down. Your alarm goes off. You open your eyes. You're aware. And then it starts. You're tired. You slept late. You can start later. And you don't argue with it. You agree. And the crazy part, you don't even realize you've agreed. There's no big decision. Your brain just skips the debate and goes straight to the answer it already knows. Because that voice, it's not random. It's built from repetition. Every time you avoided something, every time you delayed, every time you softened a decision, your brain learned. This is how we think. And this is where it gets interesting. Your brain has something called cognitive ease, which basically means the more familiar a thought is, the more true it feels. Not because it's right, just because you've heard it enough. So when your brain says, just do it later, it doesn't feel like an option. It feels like a fact. And you don't even fact check it. You just accept it. Because it came from you. Be honest. You've literally had moments where you said, okay, yeah, this time I'm serious. And then 12 hours later, you're like, yeah, we'll do this tomorrow. Like, what are we doing? But it's not random. The thing pulling you back isn't the thought. It's the feeling underneath it. That slight discomfort. That hesitation. The moment when you're like, this doesn't feel like me. That's identity friction, where your actions don't match what your brain recognizes yet. You start waking up early. For a few days, you're good. Then suddenly, it feels harder. Not physically, internally. That's not failure. That's your brain just trying to pull you back to what it knows best. It's like wearing something that doesn't feel like you. Even if it looks better, even if it is better, you feel it, you adjust it, you question it, you don't fully settle into it. And most people, they take that feeling as a sign to stop. But it's actually not a sign to stop. It's a sign that you're doing something new. So no, you're not choosing comfort. You're choosing recognition. This feels like me. Even if that version of you is the one you said you wanted to leave. And until that changes, you will keep choosing her. Because your brain doesn't care about your goals. It cares about consistency. And your brain runs on prediction. It's constantly asking, what is she about to do? What you do, what it expects, nothing changes. But when you don't, that's what we call prediction error. That's when your brain goes, wait, something just shifted. And girl, that's the moment you've been missing. So instead of trying to silence the voice, you learn to hear it without following it. When the thought shows up, do it later. You don't argue, don't analyze, you just recognize. That's the old pattern, and you move anyway. Because now, you separated yourself from it. It's no longer, this is me. Instead, it's, this is what I've been doing. And that gap, that's where change happens. And once you do that a few times, the voice doesn't disappear. it just loses authority. You don't go back because you're weak. You go back because it feels like you. But the moment you realize that, you stop asking, why do I keep failing? And you start asking, who am I choosing right now? And once you can separate those two, that's when you can actually rebuild your identity on purpose. And that's what we're getting into next.